Guys, today is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Yellow. And I'm surprised they're open. They're normally closed on days after holidays like this. So Georgia's side of the shop is closed, but mine is open, of course, because I need to be able to afford uh, gas and tacos. So unfortunately, I have to come to work because I'm the brokest person in the world. My wheels are right there. Already sold my wheels. You know, these caps alone, I think I spent $400 or $500 in total for all four of them. Tires are basically 98, 99% thread. So I'm just waiting for the guy to come drop off his car. It is a GTR, and he's gonna bring it in a couple weeks, supposedly 2 to 3 weeks, to do a transmission swap here. So when the car comes here, we're just gonna swap the wheels for him. So he's just gonna wait to bring the car because he doesn't live locally. He's kind of far. This one, oilless turbo, no coolant, no oil, just grease, which is not the best technology, of course, but his rear turbine came out through the exhaust, which was actually pretty funny. So this one was the second it hit 25 pounds. The instant it hit 25 pounds on the gauge, the turbo blew up. It's pretty funny. Well, not for Fresh Cakes, but for me. So yeah, it's just a new turbo he wanted to try out, and I guess they're not really meant for high boost, which is a little weird because it says they handle a lot of horsepower, but maybe on a different motor, for example, like a V8 or something. And they do start messing up a lot. So I seen that a lot from people here, people tuned by other tuners. So it's already kind of like a known fact. I was reading some comments on Fresh Six posts, and you got people tuned by other tuners, and they had the same problems. So the best ones would be if you have oil cooled mid mount, or at least coolant cooled, because he never had a problem with his coolant cooled mid mount kit. Never had any problem at all. Zero problems with that turbo. And on that one, we even hit 33 psi at one point, but the manifold wouldn't take it, the plastic intake manifold, so we had to drop it down. But yeah, very, very common with oilless and coolantless turbo kits right there. The install is way easier. There's no lines. I actually do like the concept of it not having any oil or coolant lines. It's so easy to install and remove, and as in less of a mess. But if you want it to last even longer, you might just have to do like 15 pounds. But that's not that fun. It is at first, but every time I tune someone's car on boost, I always tell them, well, we start on low boost. I always tell them, hey, you're gonna want more right away. And the first time they drive it, let's just say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 psi, because that's where I tune the stock blocks at. That's what I do. So if you want to tune it more, you go somewhere else. Like that's actually on me that I decide what boost your car is going to run. After that, once you build the motor, then whatever you want to do. But yeah, stock block 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pounds. Once you drive it, after like a week, you just want to turn it up more because it feels so good. So, and then you guys DM me that you want to turn up a little bit more, or you want to build a block so you could run a lot more boost. And it's a different car. Once you get an NA car and you go boost, it's completely different. And it's also different from stock, like like factory motors that are turbo. So if you have a factory motor that's turbo, they're meant for, how do I say this? Supposedly to last longer and reduce a lot of wheel spin and things like that. They're mapped, they're tuned, they're calibrated correctly. So it doesn't feel the same as what if you do an aftermarket turbo. It's a totally different feeling. You have to experience it, and once you go boost, you don't want to go back to NA. You really don't. Anyways, I have 4 cars coming in today. I believe 130, 230, 330, and then 445 is the one from 445. I put that one last because he's coming from pretty far. I have to go back in the DMs. I don't know if he said Bakersfield or the Bay Area. I don't remember because the last time I talked to him was 4 to 5 days ago, and that's when he mentioned he was coming from pretty far and he couldn't come at any other time earlier than that. So just in case he's catching traffic, I did put him at the end of the day. All right, there goes the first one right there. And he got me this Thanksgiving stuff. Thank you. So the G35, the previous clip, that was actually the second car, but the first car, because the first car was a 350Z, but he sent me a video. He couldn't make it because his tire literally blew up into pieces. The video he sent me, the tire was just shredded, so he couldn't make it. So luckily this guy was able to make it. Now I'm waiting for the other two. So in total three now. All right, this is the other car right here. Guys, so there was two before these, and then this is the last one for the day. 2015 Q50 7-speed, came from the Bay Area. Thank you very much. And there was my previous YouTube video before this one, there was a G37 2012, I believe, 7-speed as well, that came from the Bay Area. There you guys are. This is your friend, so thank you for coming with him again. This one has stock intakes. It has full exhaust, dual exit exhaust, stock injector, so it is on 91 octane. The baseline was, I don't think the arrow, the cursor is highlighting it, but the baseline was 296 and 254 torque, I believe. Right now both arrows are on the newest line, so I just did the first adjustments, which is the top red line. So we gained 2 wheel horsepower peak and probably 3 right there. So first adjustments, looks like I have a good amount of adjustments to do, so I'll get to it. Alright guys, so just finished the last tune for today, the YQ50 from the Bay Area. Thank you very much for coming. Right now he's on a test drive. I can hear him right now. I will be here tomorrow, Saturday. I can hear him doing the crackle map right here because it echoes a lot right here. Maybe I'll go get some tacos from right there. So final numbers right here. There you guys go. If you're new to my YouTube channel, delta means the difference from the two cursors, from the two arrows. So this is the peak horsepower, 296. This was really, really good. It has a really healthy motor. That was without a tune, and he has stock intakes and is on stock injectors. So if he had the 3-inch intakes, I'm pretty sure he's gonna make 320 or almost 320 on our dyno. There's a torque right there. 5 torque to the wheels peak. Of course, that's just the peak. Right here we probably have 7.5. So the motor was already really good. It was a little difficult to get power out of it, but it was done. So when the motors are really good, there's like, you could do cleaning up. So you could clean up the graph, you could clean up the power, but the peak horsepower, it's very possible you might only gain 2, 3, or 4. Obviously right here we gained the average, which is anywhere from 7 to 12. So 9.9, which is rounded off to 10 wheel horsepower. Yeah, very healthy motor.
Are you guys meeting up here?
Oh, we just bought it up. Better enjoy before that plane ride.
Packed again. Today is Tuesday, few days after Thanksgiving, and it was actually pretty empty. Guys, I have this 2005 G35 sedan. I guess it was towed in because the car doesn't start, and it does have some codes for the key. And as you can see, the key light is on. So when you have the ignition on, this light should not be on. This light should be off. In this specific car, the light is right here, and some it's there or over here. I believe in the Z it's over here. That should only be blinking red when you lock the car. So we're gonna go ahead and try to reprogram the key. It could be that it just needs to be reprogrammed. Could be that something's wrong with the key, so we don't know. First step is to just go ahead and try and reprogram it and see what happens. If it works, then that's it for this car. But if it works and he has the same problem again, there is a problem somewhere in the key system, which there's multiple modules for that. Just to say it like that, there's multiple modules. So at that point, it would need further diagnostics, but we have to start like this, just reprogram the key and see if that works. As you can see, the light is off now, so that worked. He has another key light there. I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna go ahead and check that out real quick for him. I think this car has rod knock or something, or what's up, guys? I have this 2012 G37. It is on stock injectors. It has still-in Gen 3 intakes and ISR exhaust. This one I'm almost done with the tune. 302 wheel horsepower. Almost 8 o'clock. Last car of the day.
Good old bag. Monster truck mode. That's what it's for. So nice. So nice.
Ah.
You bringing the turbo yet? Or no? You still ready to do one? Yeah, did you get to do one? Oh, not yet.
What's up, guys? I have this 2018 Q60, so it is a VR30. For those of you who know, follow me. I actually do not tune the VR30s. I have tuned one before. It was completely stock. I did make a YouTube video on it. That guy got it from the dealer, and 3 hours later we tuned it, and it was completely stock again. And I believe the baseline on that one was 363 wheel horsepower. That one was a 2018, I think. 363 wheel horsepower. It's a red sport. And after the tune, I believe it was 401 wheel horsepower. I'm not too sure. 401, 403 wheel horsepower, completely stock. And about 6 months after that, some old lady crashed into him and totaled the car. So now this one here, so what's going on is I believe I may have some good news for you guys, because I get this so much. I may start tuning the VR30s to the public, but still very restrictive. Most likely I might start with the minimum requirement that it has to be a 2018 or a 19. I'm not too sure yet. As time goes by, those restrictions may be lifted, but as of right now, I'm gonna do this one here, and this one against a 2018, and it still has the primary cats, but it has full exhaust, stock turbos. It's on 91, the stock injectors, you know, nozzles. This is direct injection, but I'm still gonna say injectors. Stock injectors, 91, stock intakes. So stock intakes, 91, primary cats, and full exhaust. The baseline on this one, I know I just filmed it before. I believe it was 370 something. I'm not too sure, but I'm already uploading a tune right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start tuning on this. Guys, so the red line is the baseline from the other day, so no tune, and the green one is my second adjustment right there. Let me move the cursor so we can see the difference. Alright, so we can see so far the peak wheel horsepower gains is 33 wheel horsepower. That's right there. I believe we have a little bit more right there, and maybe a little bit more right there. I will check that out later, maybe when I'm done. So I need to look at the log. So peak wheel torque gains 43 torque, and there's a dip right there when the car was not tuned, but of course that most likely is not there if the car was completely stock with no tune. But since this car is very lightly modified, then you know obviously it's not going to run the same. The car is boosted from the factory. If it was NA and you started doing stuff, but normally you don't see dips like that unless there's something really wrong. But in a boosted car, basically anything you change, you pretty much have to get a tune for it. So I went ahead and test drove the car, and it feels pretty good. So I go ahead and I went ahead and sent him a message, and I let him know that the car is ready. I gave him the results, and I went ahead and test drove it. Spent second, so this car is on bag, so I don't know if I drove it on the right height, or if these tires are just cold. I did do a few pulls and it did spin less each time, so definitely making more power. And I asked him and he said it didn't spin before taking off of second gear, so just gotta wait for him to pick it up.